Homelessness. 39.5 million Americans live below the poverty line in 2015, including 12.9 million children. The homeless population is about 50% African Americans, 35% white, 12% Hispanic, 2% Native American, and 1% Asian. Within that population, 9% are veterans. Every night in the United States, about 750 people experience homelessness, and almost 100 billion pounds of food is wasted in America each year. Where we live in California shelters 20% of the entire nation's homeless population. Nearly 1/4 of all homeless people are children under the age of 18. Most Americans are fortunate enough to live with a roof over their head every night, yet at least 2 homeless Americans have to find shelter under difficult circumstances. For example, pitching tents, living under bridges, finding shelter within boxes, neighborhood parks, abandoned buildings, the street, and many other places that we have yet to discover. Nowadays, social media is used to keep up with the latest Kardashian news. Now, social media has tapped into the life of the homeless. Map the Homeless is an app that tracks homelessness in New York City. This app was created for the purpose of finding a solution to the ongoing rise of homelessness in the city, and also for the safety of the citizens. Users of Map the Homeless take pictures of any homeless people they see wandering around the city and mark them of their location. Pictures are uploaded more and more every day, and that is becoming a huge problem. This app was created with different intents, but it's nothing but shaming and putting the lives of homeless at greater risk. Individuals shouldn't post pictures of others without proper consent, period. People see homeless people as lower individuals, as they're insubordinates in society, so not much attention or care is put into helping them. Hate crime against the homeless is the biggest issue we face here. In fact, in January of 2014, a group of teenagers in Philadelphia were driving around when they spotted a homeless man in a laundromat. The teens then proceeded to assault the man, whom later died from his injuries. As for punishment, the teens were only charged with aggravated assault. Map the Homeless does nothing but danger the lives of these people, and it should be pulled out of the App Store. Another app called We Shelter takes on a different approach than Map the Homeless. We Shelter is a free app that makes it possible to donate to the homeless organizations in New York City. To make a small donation, all you have to do is tap the green button on the app. The donations come from corporate sponsors. The app counts more than 30,000 taps in roughly 9 months. Each donation averages about 5 cents, but it's believed to increase when more sponsors become available. In addition to being able to make small donation, the app also lets you dial 311 to get direct help for a homeless person in need. The app lets you donate by tapping the button as many times as you want, and there's no limit. It is recommended by the founders of the app to open the app and donate every time you come across a homeless person. The co-founder of the app, We Shelter, stated, "The goal here is to really allow people who are residents of the city to be able to act on the compassionate impulse to help. We Shelter is a good way to try to help the homeless without shaming them or invading their privacy by putting up pictures for everyone to see without them knowing. It benefits the homeless more to make a small donation to the organizations that actually help them rather than taking pictures of them and exploiting them on Map the Homeless app. There's also a website and app that actually helps the homeless youth that's called YSN, which stands for Youth Services Network. The app makes it possible for the homeless youth to check where the shelters are available for beds, food, or resources by using a computer or smartphone. According to Avenues for Homeless Youth press release, the website ysnmn.org is a collaboration between 12 nonprofit organizations that support the homeless youth in the area. When you go to the website or open the YSN app, you see 7 options. The options are shelters outreach workers, drop-in centers, food, medical, basic needs such as clothing, showers, laundry, and lastly, parenting. The app is very helpful for finding a place to sleep when you click the shelter option. It tells you the locations and hours of the shelters and how many beds are available. Also, the services that are offered and how to bus there. If there aren't any beds available in that moment, you can sign up to get a notification via email or text message when a bed becomes available. Instead of having to call daily from shelter to shelter to ask if there are any available beds, homeless youth can just click on the YSN app. The same goes for the other 6 options. Whether medical attention you need or food, shelter, like I said before, a shower. You can also search a specific shelter by name and it tells you everything the shelter offers, whether it be food, counseling, hygiene, clothes. Apps such as Map the Homeless think that they are being helpful by deciding to help the kind of homeless individual, but YSN is actually helpful because it lets homeless individuals decide for themselves the kind of help they actually need or want. Homelessness. What can you do to help? What are you going to do before 2015 is over to help the 39.5 million Americans that suffer from homelessness every night?
My name is Ronald Davis. I've been on the street for about a year and a half now. Well, I come from the suburbs. Life, which is rough. And I done slept in Lower Wacker. I done slept on the bridges. I done slept in little cardboard boxes and stuff, just surviving, especially in the wintertime is the hardest time. And I go to fill out applications for a job and stuff. They look at me, I'm not looking presentable, and then we'll call you, leave a number. But how can I leave a number when I don't have a phone? So it's just a struggle out there, I just, from day to day, people, I come out here and panhandle with my cup. Right here at the Metro train station, people come off bringing me sandwiches and stuff like this here. And I start out in my morning about 6 o'clock. Sometimes I don't even have enough to go to the flop house. Sometimes the flop house is a cheap place and they number $16 for 24 hours right over there on Clark and Van Buren. And a lot of times I don't have enough money for that, so I had to end up sleeping in the park or on one of these benches downtown or something like this, and then the security guards come and run you off about 5 or 6 in the morning. So by 6 o'clock I started panhandling and trying to survive. And like I said before, some days I don't even have enough to get a room, so I just sleep on the street. But I depend on the people that's coming off the train because most of them I give them respect. Most of them like me. They come out and give me clothes and food and stuff like this here so I can survive. Give me a few bucks and everything, and I add it up at the end of the day and get me a little room for the night. And whenever I'm not fortunate enough to get the room, I just sleep in the street wherever I can. It's really humiliating to be shaking a cup 24 hours a day and people just look at you like you some kind of little bum, you know what I'm saying? I have had people to walk past me and say, get a job, bum. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not a bum, I'm a human being. And it's hard. But after the end of the day, when people go home and everybody get on the metro train and they mind, and then I just feel so bad that I can't be going home.